Alright. I think I've got it out of here. So I don't knock my headset off my head. Kind of jamming with the soundtrack for the moment. It's good. Hey, Thelma. I'm sure this person isn't at all relevant to the story. I'm going to recommend both of the soundtracks. The primary one done by Hazel and some of the miscellaneous tracks, mostly combat music, by APOC. Both good. I mean, they're both the same soundtrack, but they're sold by separate artists, so you have to buy them separately. Still recommend both. Especially because I really like one track on each of them. My favorite, like, general theme has to be one of the last, an extremely spoilery piece. Like, even naming it's pretty spoilery. And as is the other track that I really enjoy on the APOC one. Anyway, so I've had some shenanigans getting this to work on Steam properly. Well, it works fine on Steam to play the game, but for some reason that isn't, Steam version isn't hooking properly, so I'm using OHR, like, independently. It's been 2,000 years since some things have disappeared, and it's kind of weird that we're seeing stars all of a sudden. So anyway, I've beaten this game twice before. These are just backup saves for X or Y purposes. Anyway, the game is very good. I clearly have invested too much time into enjoying this game. And we will continue to do so. So, Fall Skies. Apparently there is one additional place to get a black credit that I didn't know about, since last time I talked about this game. Not that that changes anything for us, but I already had all the modifiers unlocked. But yeah, so, general rule here, the only thing I'm turning on is, all classes on. I still intend on doing all of the class side quests and stuff like that. That is entirely on the plan. Since I know, it'll smooth out some idiosyncrasies of just streaming the game, and progression. It'll smooth out some things just to have, I can turn on new difficulties. They don't change anything. I have to manually set the difficulty anyway, so it doesn't matter. So sure, we can turn on increased difficulties, even though we're not going to use them. We can turn them on for a fight or something just to see them, but they're there. They're a free activation. It doesn't matter. But yeah, we're doing the all classes on because it smooths out some things, and there's also a specific quirk here. Because I know that Tama specifically will probably really enjoy the Soul Stealer class. I would like for them to have that opportunity to see it in action. But the problem is that Soul Stealer is a class that you don't get until you literally beat the game. So that might cause some leveling difficulties, and also, you know, this might be a little bit of a wrench in some planning. So yeah, we're gonna have classes on mostly just to get Soul Stealer. It also means if I forget to get Shadow Mage, we'll have Shadow Mage, because Shadow Mage is also in a weird place to acquire. And we will get to that when that happens, if I remember it. We can get Shadow Mage for free later in the game, when it becomes freely available to enter for plot-related reasons. But the Shadow Mage has to be acquired through a very specific means when it's acquired, when it's intended to be acquired. So, you know, wrench in the plans and a ranch on the plains, you know, something like that. So that's the overview. I plan on doing all the class stuff that I can, but we're having all classes on just for smoothness and to get the access to the secret final job. So that's gonna be our core thing. I'm gonna leave tiered jobs on. I've played without tierless jobs, and it's neat, but I think I'd rather just do more traditional, just tiered. So, start game. Millennia ago, the great city Garm stood at the heart of civilization. A city of superlatives, a city with no equal, a city from which all poured forth. But its time in this world was soon to come to an end. A storm beyond any other had gathered over the city. Okay, I quite enjoyed the Dragon Warrior monsters, the effect. It is good. Little things. I appreciate a very, very large number of little things in this game. Like the fact that it is off-white and not white. You know, it's got that Game Boy Color screen backing kind of coloring. It's good. When finally cleared, only the sea remained. 2,000 years have passed since that terrible night, and yet reminders of its power still remain. But enough of that. Welcome to the Explorers Society of Mapor, and I'm Mary, the head of operations here. Now then, let's get you started out. Alright, I am male. Kinda like that one. Alright, so I know Doc would be green, Monkey would be purple. I will be... You know what? I'm calling myself Slime. I'll be blue. Me. Hands. Alright, and that's it. The Explorer Society of Mapor is happy to receive its newest member. And what a fortuitous time to join. Just yesterday, we found the way into the untouched heart of Ledagarm. Or, well, untouched by us. Monsters of all sorts roam its halls, and luckily, you won't be going in alone. One moment. I might have to turn down the volume slightly. Bell? Bell? Hey, this is Cans. You're looking for someone to tag along with you, correct? Sure. You look awfully weedy. But I can't expect someone who joined to be on my level. Tactful as ever. Your goal is to find the throne of Ledagarm and its priceless treasures. This is our best bet at making a strong showing at the Century of Discovery, so good luck in there. Unfortunately, I have to go back to Mapor. I'll let you know, I'll let you get going. Well, we should be off. Get your bearings, and then I'll take the path up north. I'll be waiting for you there. Actually, it's a British museum, yeah. Honestly, just all museums in general. Alright, so... we have access to Fang because we are generalist. So generalist is specifically a class that you can't get until literally the last section of the game. Basically, once you get into once you have access to like the final dungeon, effectively, the game gives you access to generalist as a class that you can use whenever you want. Which is a weird time to give it, but otherwise the only way to have generalist is to start the game. So yeah, it's actually a class that you kind of don't want to give up on because it has some good stuff in it. So I will gladly accept being the generalist. It's a tradition that us adventurers sign off on these books whenever we come across them. I'm told that there's little to it, but I find it reassuring to write down what I've done nonetheless. You didn't bring anything to heal yourself with? Take these. Alright, tea tonics, tea carts. When you get back to Mapor, be sure to stock up. You'll be thankful you did. Oh no, you can just toss your generalist once you're into party members. Yep, nothing is stopping us from just permanently losing generalist, theoretically speaking. I do have all jobs on, so that doesn't matter, but, you know, we could lose generalist and just take another class if we want. But I'm fine with being a generalist. It's beneficial for a couple of reasons, and everyone else is planned out otherwise. Alright, so I'll save here, so I don't save over, and if I save, I'm accidentally saving over my backups and not my primaries. And then this will be my backup save over here. For stream. Keeps things easy to remember. So recall. Recall will help us with recapping the stream. You know. Hey, here's the thing, and unlike Dragon Quest XI's, which while it is nice in Dragon Quest XI's, you know, it's not shoved in our face. We can just push the button and move on and we're done. So, you know. That's nice, and we can just pull up the feature and it doesn't get in the way. So, Teutonic. Pretty sure I saw some horned figures skulk around here a while ago. Must have been seeing things. We've got word that the SRDG will haul us out if we go and get in a bad situation in the ruins. It's incredible the lengths they'll go to save people, even if they do and go and charge a price for the service. Do you know much about the ruins of Ledagarm? Not really. I see. I'd chide you for not reading much into them before coming here, but truth be told, it feels we've barely started uncovering this place's secrets. I'm gonna turn them down one notch. Just to keep it from getting too peaked. So yeah, we got a decently full bestiary. there's not too much else to add here. There's a couple things that we'll tack on as we go. There's some secret things that get added to this. And I believe we can still move the map around. Yeah. We got our world map. So for now, a good chunk of this game is going to be going through this whole zone here. Let's see, difficulty, yeah, good old standard. Fast, text speed, I forget what the text speed is. I'll set it to 4. Menu items flash, I don't need on. Show drop rates, I do want on. Auto load? I do not remember what auto load does. Run speed fast is fine. I don't think there's anywhere in the game that benefits from you being slow, so it's fine. Yeah, I don't even think there's a walk button. I think this game just has like 3 buttons. Yes, no, and not even start. It's just like yes, no, and move. Yeah. Either for gun numbers or starting up the game. Oh, it might be for guns. That might actually have been a new... Because I think that's a new setting. I don't remember auto load as a setting, so... That might be a setting. Just automatically unpackage bullets for you. That doesn't seem like that's what auto load would do. So, fortunately, unlike, say, I think Final Fantasy IV, you don't have to have, like, arrows on hand. You just have to have them in your inventory. Well, in this game, it's bullets, but yeah. You might notice that we have, a lot of inventory space. Even on my completed save, I've only used half of this. And I have most of the... I've basically only sold, like, redundant armors. So, at this point, I've only used, like, half of the inventory. So, there's a lot of space, so we don't really ever have to worry about space. I thought it might have been something to worry about back when I got my hands on... started buying, like, bulk buying bullets and stuff. Whatever. I don't think I can buy enough bullets. I don't think I'll be able to buy enough bullets to fill the inventory, I'll be honest. So, it's fine. We can bulk purchase quite a few bullets and be okay. I don't think anyone's in this build is going to be set up to do guns in particular. Maybe Tama? That's a maybe. I don't have access to the job preview thingy yet, so we'll see. But yeah. Hold up, there's enemies ahead. Oh, it's just some gels. Feel comfortable fighting these on your own? Yeah. Great, I'll get out of your way. Guns are for healers. Guns are for gunners. And wizards. Oh, that went well enough. Anyway, it's best that you follow me closely through these ruins. Likely more than gels in here. So yeah, we now have Belle in our party. And she is... 5 levels Evoker and 15 levels Sorcerer. I don't know... Yeah, what do you have? Typhoon Man, Foka, and Blood Tonic. Salamand and Pure Fire. Can't change her equipment, because, yeah, I can't even change my own equipment. Perfectly valid that it won't let us change equipment here. Because, getting our hands on a Salamand packed early would be kind of gross. Stench of monsters is strong here. Alright, keep an eye on the meter at the bottom left. When it fills up, the monster attack is imminent. Make sure you're not blindsided by one happening, okay? So yeah, the little bar at the bottom. It's very, very handy. Don't get too worried if you do fall in battle. As long as I stick around, you'll get back up, no issue. Enough tutorializing, we have ruins to investigate. Actually, I forget what your special is. Devoke. Okay. Alright, I've learned the heal spell. So this is the sealed off section. Fared remarkably well for something that's easily 2,000 years old. Remember, we're looking for the throne. If I remember, old documents we unearthed is past this room. Guess we're gonna come back here later, so I'm not gonna get too futzy about pouring through here. The game's gonna want us to come back through here and poke our nose and everything. So I will worry about that later. But I forget if there's any freewheeling chests for us to grab in any of these rooms. So I am poking my nose in. It has in fact been a few months since I've played this, so... Did you see someone a moment ago? Yeah, I might have seen someone. Actually, it doesn't matter. Let's get a move on. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what that smell is. I might have to close my window. Not a particularly pleasant smell. One second. Open the top part of the window. Maybe that's it. I don't see anybody burning anything, but it smells like gently burnt tire. So I'm not sure what's going on. Does it smell like heated plastic? Not like melting, but heated. It's that kind of smell. The throne room should be up ahead, and before we head in there, are there any questions you'd like to ask? Yeah, what about you? I'm simply the most capable explorer in the Mapor Exploration Society has. Not that that means much. There's plenty to play at my level up north, and anyone from IO trounce me. I'm an evoker, though, and that's a rare sight around here. Anything else to ask about? Mapor? Surely you know about your hometown, but it's my opinion on it you're asking about. It's fine. I have my conflicts about it, but I live there, so it can't be so bad. What about this place we're at now? This place, huh? Long ago it had a neighboring city to Mapor. But the place was abandoned centuries ago, though. And this central section is grown over and forgotten about. I charge you for not knowing much, but it's not like Mapor is very good about its neighbors, past and present. Anything else you want to ask about? Century of Discovery. That's all the society seems to be focused on nowadays. I'm surprised you'd have anything left to ask. But, to keep things brief, a lot of explorers wish to showcase their finds in a more public forum. The adventure, someone had the fantastic idea of crowning a winner of it. And it's become an awful arms race. Before we found this sealed area, we were planning on shipping over some of these ruins pillars. Madness. Gosh, and I don't like it. I'm a purist when it comes to exploration. Give me a backpack and a glass case to put things in. And I'll wander the world for you. This competitive aspect is poisonous. Anything else you want to ask about? Exploration Society. Thank Mary and some of her companions for setting it up. It's part of Mapor's big push to properly dig into its own history. Better to take the treasures of our ruins and tombs for ourselves rather than a foreign power, I'm told. But all in all, it's pretty small, but there's some pushing, snapping up adventures to come help it out. Anything else you want to ask about? The stats. Alright, so attack is your attack. Skill is magic, but also applies to guns. Special defense and special defense reduce, you know, physical and ether. Magic is ether, but I will say them interchangeably because video game. And lastly, speed determines how quickly you get to go attack, and recovery determines your healing magics. And that should cover everything. Yep. Alright, what about evokers? Second tier class, so you won't have to worry about them for a while yet. But, to be brief, as an evoker, I can equip a pack and change some of the skills I have access to. Alright. Tier 2s. Once you're experienced enough, you'll be able to change your class, layering it on top of your old one. You're just starting out though, so don't worry about them just yet. Anything else you want to ask about? No. Actually, no, I want to check something. Something's standing out to me here a little bit. 1 second. Oh, it's just my eyes being weird. Yeah, sorry, I'm just checking something. Yeah, okay. It's being weird. It's fine. Huh. This room's all but cleared out. That's a problem. The great discovery of Mapware Exploration Society was hoping for is not to be. Well, back up we go. The next day at Mapware. Thank you for coming here on such short notice. It's a shame the treasures we sought had vanished. But upon further thought, a collection of smaller relics would probably be more suitable. I'd rather you'd rather not try diving into the depths of Lethagarm ruins alone, though that won't be required. I've talked with the desk downstairs, and they seem fit to bursting with adventurers willing to join us. Head to the desk 2 floors down, and you'll be able to get some other recruits alongside you in no time. And with that, you're free to get going. Alright, you can now get party members. Hey bud, I'd like to get going. Actually, wait, does Mary have anything to add here? Just good luck? Okay. Alright. We have a lot of competition going into the Century of Discovery. Old Building Society, the Askin Archaeology Guild, but it's the Royal Ionic Society I worry about. Yeah, honestly, the whole soundtrack is real good. You know this whole globetrotting thing, aren't you? Yeah. I see. You're not being shy, at least. Talking to people is key to success. Being a member of society is relatively free as long as you can pay for yourself. Feel free to wander. Honestly, it's encouraging. You don't find new things on the beaten path, right? Alright. All dealing with Mapware is more executive matters. Nothing interesting for you lot. Alright. Somebody else wants to go head out into the world, but he's just too much of a book nerd. It's fine, we're gonna be hiring a book nerd or two. The Nerd Society, yeah. You seem new. Are you feeling a bit lost right now? Yeah, I'm good. Let's deceive then. Take care. Alright, so over here. Exploring has become the big thing nowadays, hasn't it? All sorts of big names hoping to strike gold, it seems. You're part of our town's own Explorer Society, though, so I'm rooting for you. We're basically only going to be name dropped like twice in the story. People are just gonna be like, oh yeah, the map war folks, and then move on. You really should go out and explore map war a bit more. I also need to remember later, making a mental note of it because I will forget. There is an extremely good weapon that we can get, but we need to remember to own everything in this shop. In Map War's shop specifically, we need to own all of the weapons, which means not to throw them out later. There's a ring of parkland around here, around this tower. Map War's pretty dirty usually, so it's a nice escape here. These machines have been completely busted for years. I've been trying to extract stuff from them, but no luck. Bunch of rusty machines. Alright. You signed up to be part of the Explorer Society, right? Yeah. Figured. Now, do you know where at first I got started? Nope. Appreciate some hesitation in your answer, but no. We've always been a part of Map War. It started out more as a club, but it's moved here once it started gaining some recognition. You'd expect the guild to be in some old townhouse, but that's not their style. I'd advise on getting a party of 4 people. Yeah, okay, I know. There's basically no reason to ever check like closets and stuff outside of a few specific cases. For the most part, anything we're looking for is going to be either on a specially marked bookshelf, or in neat little chests, or it's going to be a sparkly on the ground. I've heard that Gatton is a place to be if you're looking for competition, at least on this side of the world. Field's historians are far and away the most well-known, but of course they're far, far away from us. It's gonna be a minute before we get to EO. Yeah. The class upgrade desk is temporarily closed. Thank you for understanding. Not much we can do there. There's a treasure chest from the field past here. I'm sure someone like you would appreciate what's inside. It's no shame in lowering difficulties. Easier difficulties raise your stats as a multiplier. 1.25 for normal, 1.5 for easy, and 2 times for very easy. Huh, interesting. I don't know, this is a 25% boost in normal. Well, feels weird that there's a boost on normal difficulty, but alright. There's a tilted know thy enemy here. Knowing your enemies, different success, yep. Attack, defense, yep. This game does some tricky bullshit, and I'm okay with that. Alright, Iron 1. We'll see who needs to get Iron 1 in a minute. Alright. So... just double checking any other loot laying around that we can pick up. Karuna, yeah, it's probably south of here. You probably won't have any issues getting down there. If you do, though, you could stop on by the building in the hills en route to recover there. If you're looking for them, the ruins of Latagarm are found just east of Akaruna. Akaruna won't be super relevant until later in the game, but we'll get there. Funny enough. Okay, so hot springs are where we heal. The inn is kind of eh. It's not really useful until later. We're more or less not going to need it. But basically what the inn lets you do later in the game is it functions as a temporary... It lets you basically do all of your... basically lets you do everything but hire new party members. At some point, I think, like, once you get, like, halfway through the game, it lets you start also doing job upgrades at inns. So, inns will eventually be useful. There's a reason they're in, like, every town, but for now, they're not helpful at all. Alright, so... let's go get some buddies. Alright, let me pull up my notes here. I have made some specific notes for it, so let's move these over. Alright. So... Well, we got Tama here, and you said you wanted Sork, right? So, first job was either good for you, was either going to be Sork or Mage, and I think you wanted Bloodwine. Sork's still got good skill stat, which is kind of our key here. And Tama is male. Hey, Zork. Alright, Alright, Tama, what color do you want? I'm going to assume purple, probably. That's the closest to pink. Or do you want the red? Could be gray to go with that Soul Stealer vibe. Purple. Alright, so we're gonna have 2 purples. Alright. Alright. Well, I'm using that face, so this will be Doc. Doc is obviously gonna be green. A suspicious purple person, yeah. They are conveniently all purple except for one of them. So, for now. I'll say it's generally laid out pretty well, so. Alright, so we got Doc. Doc is fighter. Doc will stab the bad man's very good. So I've done basically a similar build as to what I intend to do with Doc before, and I have learned a way to improve that build, and I'm going to. So we are absolutely doing something I've done before, but even better, and I am looking forward to deranged numbers. Alright, and then the last one was Tech, who said he would take the suggestion, and whatever suggestion that Doc didn't end up with, which will be our healer. Alright. And it's also purple, so... yeah. I know better than to make him any other color than purple. Alright. So, we have the gang. So, more or less, we don't have to stay too attached to our tier 1s. We'll eventually be losing them, honestly, but for now, good to have them. Alright, so... yeah, I can't really buy anything particularly interesting for us. I don't even think I have much money. Monies and stats here. Actually, how are we looking on armor? Alright, so generally equipment falls under 3 different categories. At least for armor specifically. Well, actually armor has 4 categories. We'll get into the 4th one eventually. But armor has three primary categories. There's ether armor, or alpha, beta, and gamma. But yeah, we basically have magic armor, we have physical armor, and we have middling armor. We got our center lane armor. Center lane armors are usually worse. They're especially worse if you do not have specializations. Having your armor scale, it matters. It's a pretty massive bonus. So yeah, we got a pretty massive bonus for having your armor set up properly. So we do have to pay attention to our modifiers. Who has what right now? I think it's all just like junk. Robe, cover, yeah, we have pants. May as well just say pants in all of them. S rank, I believe it's like a flat like 50% boost. It's It's a lot, yeah. And there is and then for shields, shields also fall into the same category of full, half, and mixed, whatever they are. I don't remember the exact name for the last one, but they also fall under physical, magic, and middling. The middle center form shields are generally nobody specializes them in them. Yeah, the weird flavor of shield basically nobody specializes in, so they almost always end up being kind of shorthanded, but the game generally knows that, so you end up with a lot of them that are kind of spicy to make up for it. But there is a good mix of ones where you're just not gonna bother with them, because it's just not worth the lack of bonus. Alright. All the weapons are more or less, I think you can just see all of the weapons here. Yeah, right here. Because I am generalist, so you can see that I have all of the equipment. I have a good equipment proficiencies in basically everything, except for the niche weapons. So left to right, dagger, sword, greatsword, hammer, spear, staff, rod, claw, whip, bow, gun, and a big gun. So those are all of our weapon types. There is a secret final weapon type. It is universally D rank, B rank. I think it's universally C or B rank, whichever one's neutral. I don't remember whether it's C or B that's neutral. Basically, they never give you any bonuses. There is a specific edge case that can get bonuses. But yeah, there's basically the scythe. And scythes are extremely good. And fun fact, if you use the all equipment S rank modifier for a run, that does apply to sides, and it makes them disgustingly powerful, because they are basically better than most of the guns at that point. It's wild. It's real cooked. Those are weapons not made to be S ranked. Especially not the extra special cooked one that we can get later. There's a very, very fancy one. But yeah, guns are special. Basically every weapon except for gun uses your strength stat, even bows, which makes archers kind of a weird class. They're not... They, like, have bonuses to skill, but they're not really made to do skill damage. They're kind of weird. I don't really know how to better explain it. Bows are kind of weird. They're weird because guns are straightforward. And they're the weird... Guns are the weird weapon, but they're straightforward. Class-wise. In application, using a gun is more complicated, but, like, statistically speaking, bows are more weird. I will probably end up taking Heavy Archer for myself at some point, because Heavy Archer has one specific skill in it that I want. The rest of them I don't care about too much. It's also worth mentioning for this game's art design as well, is that if I recall correctly, based on dev notes, basically everything except for one or two things, like some special set pieces, basically everything is Game Boy Color compliant, which is pretty cool. So yeah. If you need to know exactly how, like, in-depth they are, how in the trenches this is with Game Boy aesthetics, yeah, they're Game Boy Color compliant, and also the fucking menus. The main building over there feels awfully big for this village. I mean, look at this shit. Iron 1, T-Cart, T-Tonic. All of the items are named like this. All of them. It becomes a headache. If I have one primary complaint about this game, and honestly, I'm sorry, a lot of the early streams of this is just gonna be me gushing or rambling about things because this game is just complete brainworms for me. If I have any core complaint about this game, it's that this menu here, it's kind of old school big trash pile list, and it does do some moderate degree of sorting. It does vaguely sort them into correct categories, but it doesn't really sort the items in the categories. So like, all of your healing items will just clump together in whatever's the most convenient fashion to lump them together to get rid of the spaces in your menu. So it'll sort of like healing items and then like usable items, and then it'll go to bullets or swords and armor and then accessories or whatever the core is on them. It sorts them that way and just scrunches them up like old school Final Fantasy menuing. But it does it, but like it doesn't sort like general items very well. It doesn't change them up in any way that's readable. So you end up spending a lot of time just trying to menu like your basic healing items to the top and stuff like that. It's really inconvenient, and I wish that it had a more concrete, organized list. But I respect the effort on this. Like, even for all of my complaints that I have of this being kind of tedious to interact with, like, I grew up with this shit. I like this. Yeah, the auto sort is not as... It's fine. It's fine. That's the best that I have to say about the auto sort. It is fine. It means all the usable items get shoved up to the top of the menu, and that's about it. So, but also, this menu gives me warm, tingly feelings, so I don't care. Genuine complaint, but I'm willing to overlook it because I'm me. The springs don't give you much privacy. I've heard that there's some swanky ones out west with private rooms. Alright, so items. So in the beginning, everything's gonna feel pretty expensive. Tonics are gonna end up being something that... Actually, no, because I'm not planning on any of those, am I? I'm not planning on any of those, so that actually might be fine. Shouldn't need any salts. I should be okay. Splits. Splits is an attack item. Salt is our revive. Basically, if something says T, it's tiny, I assume. If I say something and is not the developer intended word for that thing, sorry. I'm just winging it because the game does not give me full item description, so I'm just kind of winging it, i.e., like I am 6 again and staring at a Game Boy Color screen. So, yeah, this is gonna... Tiny tonic, tiny cart, tiny spray. That is my word choice for it, and we're just gonna run with those. Unless someone shows up to correct me, I'm just going to keep saying them that way. Alright, so we can actually pick up some weapons here. I don't think that speed reduction is worth it, if I'm honest. Spear is weaker than flat, so it's not a big deal yet. Honestly, none of these are really worth grabbing at the moment. The armor, though, I do want shields if it'll let me afford them. I'm kind of surprised that Doc can't use a full shield. I've apparently forgotten that fighter cannot use good shield. Ah, here we are. Okay. Empty, full, and half. Right, okay, so that's the shield types. That's what they're called. The first shields are just the types of shields. The empty shield, the full shield, and the half shield. Half shields are splits. and almost nobody has any modifiers for half shields. I remember them being weird specifically because they don't get modifiers. They do get modifiers in the S modifier version as well, which makes one shield that we'll be getting very early extremely broken, which was fun to play around with. We're getting we're getting like an end game shield very early in this game, and I know exactly where to get it, so we will be getting it early. I do want... half shields are expensive. Alright. If I'm honest, the half shields are probably for the best, and I can't afford all of them. I'm gonna just buy... For now, I think this is just the best choice. I'm just gonna buy 3 full shields. My defense is higher than everyone else's. Alright, Tama, you shield. You shield, and you shield. Yeah. Okay. C rank is flat. C rank is flat, and then B rank is a slight bonus. Okay. Oh wait, I forget where the thing is. I know there's a free item here around here somewhere too. There's our save. Book titled Rewards for Battling Monsters and You. For those of you who are constantly shoved in the back, don't worry, you'll gain a portion of the XP too. For those with allies taking a break, don't worry, the XP they give won't take from you from what you're getting. So yeah, basically I don't actually know what the percentage distribution is on it. I think it's 70% or somewhere around there. Is if we had backup party members, they would passively acquire that much. This is the comms room. They're having some technical issues. There's only so much you can learn through reading. Real learning requires application of knowledge. Equipment proficiencies, yeah, so this is all stuff I've been waffling about. Skill primer. One can have up to 48 skills, and while it is unlikely one will reach that number, it is worth keeping in mind that upon reaching that amount, you simply won't learn anymore. I'm not sure if that applies. I don't know how you could learn that number of skills, especially because I think, funny enough, the game's menuing does not account for the fact that you'll have more than like 20 skills or something. So you literally get a second page that opens up on your skill count. I think I've only had like 2 people achieve that number, and one of them was me because I was the wizard junkie. So I had just so many spells. I'm overoccupied right now. If you don't have anything to come back later, alright. Yeah, these like... So yeah, you can see that these bookshelves are slightly different colored than the ones down here. That's generally a thing to keep in mind. A lot of interactables are going to work that way. Now, I think there's a prize up there. What do you... Come back, Hercule. Okay. Again to the gate to the east is closed off. What's Feed gone and gotten himself annoyed with now? Alright. Let's ascend the tower. I think there's a healing item up here. There's a fun side quest actually connected to all of this later. Now this is the top. I expected there to be more than 3 floors to this thing. Alright, splits. Like having a splits run. Actually, I need to remind myself, who has what anyway right now? Because I'm like level 3 or something. Yeah. What do you guys have? Tama has wind spells. So, because Tama's sorcerer, Tama mainly gets wind and earth spells. I'm used to fire and ice, so should be interesting. Thok is stab. Stab for more. And Tech has heal, which I also have. and stab for more, and fire, because I am generalist. I get a little of everything, including an extremely useful spell for most of the game. Actually, no, it's useful the entire game. But I'm not gonna have it after a while, so it is what it is. Mary told me you'd be coming back, but I wasn't expecting it to be so quick about it. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm Jan, part of the Exploration Society's day-to-day actions. Now, on to more important matters. We believe that there are copious artifacts to find in the now unsealed section of the ruins. Can't expect you to grab every single one, though. So, for now, grab at least 2 and come back here. I'll tell you what you should try to find, but I forget what's in the vogue over at Ask at the moment. Ace? I think it's... I'm not sure if it's supposed to be Ask or Ace. I'm gonna say Ace. Yeah, I think Ace is right. I'll stick with Ace. At the moment. Ask around and see if you can get more of an idea. Ash? That's possible. Where's Belle? I heard that she had to go up to Mall, but I don't know why. Ass more likely? Ugh. What's popular in Ask? You know, I think I've mentally been saying Ask the entire time, so I might end up just keep saying that. Say Ask. Maybe Ask. But that's not like a hard C kind of sound. Game about ass. Ass is a place on the map. Alright, so it's probably... Okay, yeah, I'll stick with Ace, I guess. That's sanity. Right now, that's not necessarily popular, but records are always enlightening. Alright. Mary tasked me with getting you some additional recovery items for your trip to the ruins. Hey, 2 tea tonics and 3 salts. Yeah, okay, I knew I got salt somewhere. And 2 tea carts, I'll take those. If you run low on recovery items, come here, and I will provide some additional ones. Okay, so there's a very important thing worth mentioning about items here, for clarity's sake, but I'll get to that in a second. We're exploring Society investigating 2 sites at the moment. This one, and the henge southwest of here. Personally, I feel like this one is more to uncover. Alright, so let's cover this real quick. Okay, it does sort of auto-sort items into different ways, but again, you can see why is Teutonic here? I don't understand. I really don't. Like, the healing items should go on top, and then... whatever. Anyway, so, anytime something specifies... an item has to specify... an item has to specify that it can be used in battle. A healing item has to specify that it is usable in battle, unless it is salt. Or salt related. So yeah, I think there's specifically sprays are the items for that. Yeah, it sounds right, yeah. I remember 6 having some decent sorting options, yeah. Documents unearthed should be in several rooms. If you feel too overwhelmed by the enemies inside, feel free to retreat and stock up. Alright. New sections of the ruins have only just opened up. It'll be a few days before this place gets swarmed. Yeah, there's some fun little shenanigans here to make this work, I'm sure. Visibly. Back in menu. Alright, 1 second. That horrible smell has gone away, I think, so I'm gonna try opening up the window a bit more. Not opening. Closed window gets stuffy in here. Onward and upward. We can just have everyone slap. Actually, I'm not sure. Okay, I think I know what... Okay, so I know what Medic's ability is, and I know what Generalist's is. If I had to guess, this function is a private collection of sorts for Litigarm's royalty. We can gather they're very much enjoyed having collections close at hand. But why the dry canal then? Did a river flow through it in the past? Ah, more jelly. Okay, so what does your special do? So specials are tied to, yeah. Fighter's special is attack boost. And then medic is heal. I believe generalist is also like a minor, self buff, I think. No, self-heal. Okay. So, job specials are tied to your active class. So, basically when we change job, we lose access to each of these abilities. There's one or two that I'm going to be very sad to miss. The one I have planned for Tama's next job level up is going to be one that is a pain point for me specifically to lose. So, we'll see when we get there. Alright. So we got a bottle. Game telling us that we can get 2 things and leave, but that's cowardice talk. Yeah, the Hexer. The Hexer special is real good. It's not generally the most powerful ability, you're not gonna use it more actively than other ones, but... it's a real prize. All sorts of records here. I'll take the records. I believe there are 5 items to acquire. The medic free heal is very good. Alright, I need to take more of them. Archont. Rectangular container. Everybody the slap. Various stone figures here. A figure. Alright, I think there's one more. I think we need 5 total. Or did I math wrong? Key items, 1, 2... Nope, we got all 5. Okay. Still gonna go up to the throne room because...
Why not? We're here anyway, you know? Yeah, it's totally empty. Sure, nobody was here before us for any weird reason at all. Alright, Advance. Advance is very good. That is a pretty massive buff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Advance. Advance is a thing we're gonna lose, but hey. He is good. But oh, that sound effect. It's so good. Alright, so there's actually a pretty good weapon in here, too. Where is it at, though? I think we've fallen in someplace. Not so nice. Alright, what do you got for me? Rust. And a Charok. False Goanna. Oh, didn't kill with it. I am surprised. Ooh, whoa. There it is. It's the one of two sweet babies that I want in my inventory. Or in my skill list. So, buffs, debuffs, real good. Lowers target's defense by 25%. And we will also get Pike at like 15 or something? 12, 15, somewhere around there. We'll also get access to Pike, which is attack boost. I wonder if these things, two things go together for some reason. Alright, so, claws. Can you claw, though? That's a pretty massive boost to that. Ball recovery, yeah, you don't want that. That gets a B to that, though. I'll give you the paw for now. That's what, 2 it hits? No, actually, I think I am still getting more out of flat, though. For some reason I thought paw was slightly better than that. Okay. Crab Rock. Crab Rock. Would you ever doubt a Crab Rock? Go down here. Crab Rock. A monster using stones from the ruins is a shell. Either attacks are its bane. Apparently the game doesn't show you the drop chance percentages. By default, you have to turn that on in the settings. Survey is steal. So that's what you can steal from them. Weaknesses, resistances. I'm not 100% sure what effect boost is. I forget if... I think that's just bonuses applied to that status effect on that creature. Which is neat. I do in fact like that that is a thing. Alright. Yeah, I just didn't remember if they were coming or going. So. Alright, we're glad you're alright. Yeah, you were gone for an awfully long time. I also see you managed to do well in getting those artifacts. Let me keep those for safekeeping. You hand over the artifacts. While you were gone, though, there's been an earthquake. Part of the ruins southwest of here collapsed. Won't keep you any longer. Get yourselves in order and then head southwest. Anyway, yeah, they get to be a little demanding of us. We're just kind of constantly going around doing things. Ah, the free health man's gone. It's a shame Belle was called away for other obligations. She's stronger than all of us combined. Alright. So let's go head over to Henge. There might be some concerning things happening at Henge. And it's a good time to put all of the murder money to good use. Let's go do that before we head over to there. How are we doing on cash prizes? 200. Alright. Yeah, there's no weapons to pick up, but we can get some armor. If I'm honest... Yeah, okay. I'm gonna pick this up and I'm gonna give you the temper. Okay, let's see. 69, 45. Oh yeah, wow, Tom has like no health. Alright, you take the iron, please. We may or may not get destroyed. So, we'll find out. We're about to go fight something in a big spicy hole. It's fine. Ah, surveyor. Let's bonk that. Oop. Yeah, they're not gonna let me leave. You're here, and not a moment too soon. We've had, an incident. Several members of our team are around where the hole appeared, and they're currently in danger. We think they'll be okay once they're taken back, but there's monsters down there, so there's no chance they're making it out themselves. You guys are the only members of the Explorers Society that can save them. Get your bearings and head on in. It's up to us to be the hero. Alright, so there's a free heal over here. So we don't get soft locked in. I figured if there's loot around here to pick up before we dive in. Alright, into the big hole we go. Henge Ward. There's not really a defend option in this game either, so kinda gotta play it safe. Earthlight. You know what? There's gonna be healing around the corner anyway, as much as I want, so just yeah. Swing and swing. Alright, we found the first guy. There we go. My special might deal with them. I forget what it does. I think it's... I'll see. Unfair. I think they're weak to ice, so... Yeah. Gotta make the mistake here, and... I don't really have anything but raw heal here, so... No, it's... Actually, I think it might have, like, a boost to it. Find out. Use stab. Heal. 41, 48. Skill boost, okay, yeah. I don't know if that's an amp or a magic attack, but... I don't think it's an amp. Actually, there is a really easy way to check, though. I have this information at my fingertips. Like the only Steam guide I have favorited of every video game in the universe. Sork. No, it's just a passive... Okay, yeah, it's literally just cast, focus on yourself, yeah. It's just a free 30% skill boost, which is pretty big. That's a whole ass single target spell and better. Slightly better. Brain Pike, yeah, that's right. 37, yeah, that was a pretty big jump. I'm gonna try Mant and see what that does. Doc is running out of that. You need express healing now. Okay, you're not doing as much. Alright. Stab. Oof, okay. We managed to kill a worm first go. I will take that. Polka, that's it. Okay, there we go. That's the thing that you can cast on yourself for free. I think that's it, right? No, Polka's the special defense version. I don't remember what the other one is off the top of my head. Attack. Yeah, there we go. Alright, we have slain the worm. I don't really want to pick a fight with another one right now. Let's go save this guy. I should know better than... this is awfully embarrassing. Yeah, I mean, you were standing under an earthquake. I mean... Entirely fair, man. Let's just pop down here. There's a shiny over there. Go for the bonk. E-claw. Also, I do know that I like pushed through combat here because it's just habit, and I've played a lot of RPGs, so you just kind of do it. But I do want to point out that like all of these backdrops are absolutely worth like paying attention to. They're very good. Like they have like big Super Game Boy energy to them, and I very much appreciate it. Not every day you fall into some ruins. 3 people who fell into the hole, correct? That's right. Are they gonna be okay? I believe so. Let's contact Mary and tell her things are settled here. Has something happened? It seems the connection to Akaruna is up and vanished. That's distressing. That's probably just our equipment acting up. Let's head back. But that was not the case. The central building of Ocarina was packed. Trainees, explorers, locals all wished to know what was going on. Thank you for returning here on such short notice. To be brief, something has caused all of Ocarina's communications to go down, and with no signs of the source of the problem. That might be a problem. Who's responsible for this? Is Bee that annoyed that he'll cut our communications? We don't know, although I highly doubt Sun is behind our current predicament. What about wireless communication? What if we change the frequency we communicate on? Those are also down. We've tried all the frequencies we're able to transmit on to little effect. And for those dragging new wires through the forests and caverns is an invitation to disaster. Oh, what happens now? Well, this is what I propose. Deliberations and discussions go on for hours. Eventually, night falls. Mary mentioned wanting to talk with you. Please wait a little bit longer, okay? Surely we have other ways of communicating beyond wireless methods, right? This can't be that bad. Did you get to the latter part of the battle theme versus Worm? Yeah. Yeah, again, all of the battle tracks are real good. This wait is completely interminable. I don't know what words are. You may think all this worry about some dropped calls is a bit overblown in the vacuum it is. Unfortunately, I think there's more known about what's going on than we're being let on about. Monsters becoming more aggressive, communications going down. Surely something bad's coming, right? I heard the undersea cables between us and the west stopped working recently. Is this connected? Sorry for being so late. I must commend you for your work today. Things have gone far, far worse. We'll have to figure out what will be happening to our work at the ruins down south. But that's not your problem. That's not something that we'll be able to figure out tonight. That's all for now, so go upstairs and get some sleep. Okay. We're done for the night. Get some rest. Oh, that's the plan. It's also like the only time that we get to see, like, the maps and night, which is nice. It's strange. Mapport isn't the place to get earthquakes, or at least not usually. The door is shut for the night. We're just locked in here, alright. The Ocarina Tower. Like, that's a good backdrop piece. Recent events quiet the night air. The stars above shine brightly. Morning arrives. Alright. Presumably Mary's downstairs and wants to talk to us. Oh. I heard you wanted over at Mapport today. It'll probably be best if you head over there now. Okay. Let's go head home. How am I doing on income anyway? 241. Alright. Armor. Alright, Tama, you have, like, no defense. I would like you to equip bigger pants. You'll eventually be able to turn your blood into wine, but for now, you're not very good at keeping your blood in you in the ways you need to. So, for now. Oh, right, if I recall correctly, we don't normally have access to, Archer, Backup, and... Defender? Yeah, I think, or no, yeah, these second half of these classes open up after Henge. So, that would also have been another reason I need all classes unlocked, preemptively. Class upgrade. Unfortunately, you seem to not be at a high enough level to undergo class upgrade. Take care. Alright, so... Mary wanted to talk to us, although I forget if... I don't think Bella's back yet. Bella's over here. Alright, let's go talk to Mary. Yeah, that's right. Alright, good to see types like you getting put to work immediately. Yeah, sure, bud. Upstairs. Ah, you've arrived. Thanks for coming here again on such short notice. I'm sorry if your first few days with us have been so eventful. It isn't normally like this at all. Now, onto the topic at hand. Mapboard is currently silent to the world, and we're unable to contact Ace. With news of our finds at Lettigarm. However, it seems the radio tower over at Sun seems unaffected by all of this. Get communications to the radio tower, and our communication woes will likely go away. Sun's not been on the best terms with Mapboard recently, sadly. Neither of their heads wish to speak directly. Which, I mean, to be fair, is basically you. Instead, we've been tasked by Mapboard's head to act as a liaison between them and Sun's king. We now have the Sun card. Show this card at the gate at the southeast, and you'll be able to let through. I've gone and marked on your map where the south gate location is too, and with that said, good luck and take care. Alright. So we know what we need to do next. Oh yeah, here, this guy. I think it's this guy, right? Tells you... Okay, so flat 25% restore to my health. Sorka skill boost, which is 30% boost. Fighter gets psych up, which boosts their attack a bit, or removes any attack debuff. Oh, that removes attack debuffs as well. Okay, cool. Healers is 20% or 10%, whichever's higher. Okay. I don't exactly have cash. I've beaten this game twice and I still don't fully understand how buffs and debuffs completely stack together. I'm not 100% how all of the math comes together, if I'm honest. Yeah, I haven't been over here yet. The Midlands building. Midlands building will be useful eventually. For now. The entire warp point grid is out of service at the moment, unfortunately. The issues we're having seem to be fundamentally tied to the grid. Teleportation requires severe amounts of power and supporting machinery to operate. There's only a few dedicated stations like this worldwide, and using most of them is prohibitively expensive for most. Of course, that requires the system to be operable in the first place. Which say they never stack, only negate, yeah. Sun and map order. But recent events, the gate's closed. Yep, hi, I have a thing. They're opened now. Get going before I decide this has been a bad idea. The gate's open, huh? If you won't like to hear that. This bookshelf is full of trashy romance and pulp books. You're almost above that stuff. Alright. Alright. We're into new lands. We've strayed far from home. Firethorn. Well, our fighter's pulling weight now. Like, in particular. I mean, they were doing the worm fight, but you know. Notably doing more damage than me now. Without any kind of performance adjustment. Feels good. Honestly, the attack classes in this game feel real good. They know how to bring the numbers. You're part of the Explorers Guild, right? I think you're wanted up in the main building. Well, the main building will wait a moment. There's a draft down here. How odd. Anyway, hey, secret walls. It's like I've played a Final Fantasy before. Or a Dragon Quest. Alright. 60 U. 60 Moo. I need to remember, I always say you, but it's actually Moo. The currency is Moo. M-U. Alright, a pile. I do know who I want to give the pile. And the pile will go to you. Actually, no, you, because you can still get some good healing anyway. Yeah, you take the pile for now. 71... Sure. Yeah, the lowest. Alright, so take that, and then Doc. Alright, I don't have any hats. Alright. Don't really have any weapon improvements either. Alright, so we'll come back here when we have the green key. We gain the appropriate power to handle green doors. Can you tell me why a peaceful exploration to a group like yourself needs to heavily arm itself? Yeah, sure. There's monsters and caves and ruins? Please. Nothing lives in those, not anymore. Yeah, sure, bud. There's a path in the wall behind this house. Yes, and? Man is particularly unconcerned. History of transportation. Following a series of accidents, the Crossroads experiment facility was closed down and sealed off. Even decades after those failures, the technologies it was testing have yet to be seriously revisited. Alright. Titled The History of Rescue. The SRG, stymied from the fierce creatures that crawled from the abyss, needed additional defenses. Contacting a manufacturing plant nearby and for the job, they returned with vastly superior armor and weapons. Alas, it was for naught. The mining team had perished. The SRG, now criticized for the sluggish response. This disaster prompted change at SRG. No longer was its rescuers in expecting little resistance. Record of the Pori Wars. During the worst, a reserve base was established in the depths of the mountains. Armaments, reserve troops, food, all manner of supplies were to be hidden away in the event Son fell. Mercifully, the war was brought to an abrupt conclusion before it was ever needed. Indeed, fully built. This may be relevant later. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, that's where we need to be. For now, that guy is blocking the teleporter. I don't think the keep is quite as secure as you'd expect. Windows aren't barred or anything. If you could deal with the climb or just fall back out, you could probably just get in without anyone noticing. Mapport's having problems, right? Figures. It's Mapport. Thanks. Of course Mapport heads wouldn't come themselves. This isn't Sun's actual network hub. That's several miles away in the sticks. It's just the fort's comms. Notice communications are down, being overloaded, excessively spied on. I can't seem to get a good answer. Everyone's really assuming the best of us here. I've been looking for beasts in that magazine, but I personally haven't had any luck. Alright. I haven't had direct comm lines with anyone overseas in a while. Ships aren't coming in either. Some computers are doing computer things. Fine, I'm not paid to computer. It's the newest issue of some gossipy magazine. You take a look inside. Rumor of a strange mechanical sea monster is beached on the east coast. East coast of Sun, and are not yet substantiated. I see you're looking at the magazine. My friend in Gatton is looking for proof of the monster described there. Could I check your bestiary? Sure. I haven't seen anything yet, though. You haven't seen anything like it. Well, if you come back here with an entry, that'd be great. Well noted. Alright. And I think... yeah, it's just a heal here. Forgot healing can be kind of pricey in this game at times. What do we got over here? Got any new toys? Got a Maul, Pike, Caddis, Vassal, Steel, Point. Pike is 28. Almost 32. Steel, 31. I want to keep the Rust, because Rust is good. It'll be good later. For Paul. B-Claw, I think I need B-Claw for something later. Let me get rid of the splits. That's an A rank though, which means I'm getting even more out of the sword than I am the bonk. Alright. Give me the sword. Doc needs to be better at murder. Like any good doctor. Doc will soon excel extremely at the murder. Next time he gets his job, the next job up will do him many favors. He won't be doing... I think I'm the only character that won't be getting any major favors from job upgrade. Fire is rather Fi's a rather overdramatic person. It'd be best if he didn't take everything he said at face value. Noted. Ah, you've arrived. One of your compatriots came running over here just a bit ago, complaining that you were cut off in the world. So don't worry, I know everything. You're probably going to want our help now, right? Yes, we would. I'm afraid you're out of luck. We here have neither the desire nor the need to help out Mapport. You see, we have proper control over our communication network. Not only have we dedicated communications tower in High Sun, we also have something right here. Wait there, one moment. What? Guard, how does something as vital as the Rod of Clarity get stolen from right under your nose? Upon further consideration, I have a job for you lot. Find the Rod of Clarity. If you want even a slim chance of us helping you out of your predicament, you'll need to find it for us. Well, what are you doing? What are you standing around for? Go out there and start looking for it. Where would the rod be? Why would I know that? Try asking someone else. Chamber upstairs is closed off. Admittedly, it seems it's currently empty, but it remains closed off. Fair enough. It seems like maybe someone mentioning that you could just climb up the back of the building may have happened. I'm roped into retrieving something, huh? The caves around here are dangerous, so be careful. Alright. Rod of Clarity's been stolen, huh? Well, if it was here earlier today, so it can't have gone that far. If I was a thief and needed to hide away a bit, my first guess would be that hole just the southwest of here. There's a cave on the plateau too, but there's a chance you just get hopelessly lost in it. Well, if I was a thief, I'd go somewhere I'd get hopelessly lost. Because how else would I get not found? If you ever plan on going to the plateau cave, watch out for the pools of water within. Supposedly nasty swans around there ready to bite off your heads. Ooh. Swans are already dangerous on a good day. Looking at you like you're pretty new to this adventuring stuff. Try not to let Fee pick on you too much. Alright. Alright. Oop. Yeah. Oh, let's go south and see about this cave to the south we just heard about. Geese, but more highty-tighty, yeah. They will absolutely destroy you. Anyway, there's a weird hole in the ground. Let's go investigate. Sorry to get your hopes up, but there's nothing substantial down here. If it's the Rod of Clarity looking for, it's not here. That's what a thief would say! There's nothing here. I'm gonna... I don't know if I have a nice way of dealing with them. I'm just gonna special, and then I'm going to have Doc slap. And just special, because I don't want to slap them unless I can kill them. So they introduce us to poison. Poison is sure is a status effect in this video game. It's kinda wild. Just a wee bit. So, like, poison likes to, like, build up and shit. Hey, fair. I'll take that. Yeah, poison likes to stack up. It decays, but it also stacks up if you keep adding it on and on and on. So, poison gets real gross, especially in some particular fights. These mushrooms aren't particularly dangerous, but I don't want to deal with them. You know what? That's fine. Fortunately, status effects don't really carry over. Yeah, so, counters. Status effects don't really carry over between things, so it's not that big a deal. So Antidote is actually pretty good. Antidote works fine. It doesn't do all of it. It basically... Okay, so the standard... So there's a regular cure, or poison cure, which does fine. And then there's a fancy poison cure, which doesn't cure all of your cure... which can not cure all of your poison, but it does mitigate toxic effects. So... You know, things to pay attention to. Because you needed more poison. Oh, did not kill. Alright. Want to make sure I'm not spending resources, and Doc is primed to one-shot them, so... Alright, so we got our freebies. Let's move on our way up here. I don't know if it subtracts, like, a fixed value or not. but yeah, sometimes it's very good, sometimes it's don't worry about it. Alright, so we know we need to go visit the other cave. The other cave will also be relevant in the future, but for now, it is immediately relevant. So, the thing. Alright. Oh! I just saw someone running off. I was sent out here to try and find the Rod of Clarity. I can't remember which way leads deeper in, though. Well, anyway. Saw somebody with a lot of things going on. Alright, Sony Moo. 75, I should say. Tea spray. Spray is good. Spray is very important. I'm gonna go this way. I know it's not the correct way. I don't think it is. There's a tonic, Ridge Bug and Panaflyer, and Duo Slime. I'm just gonna go for a bonk. Yeah, I want to get rid of that thing. I think Doc can push through the Ridge Bug. Let me see. Do you have enough attack to actually... Nope. Okay. Well, gotta do this the old-fashioned way then. Or not. That's fine. Ooh! Ooh! Hey! That's a free pair of pants I've been needing. Cool beans. I will take that. That's a big old bump to defense. I will take that. Ooh! Seems like we're being watched by somebody. Ah! Okay. Okay, so generally slugs don't like being hit with slugs like being hit with magic. They tend to have high resistance to magic, and then they just counter. Usually with something mean like that. I'm gonna chew on a tonic though. Alright. Oh, is that... okay. Noted. Alright, we need to get back up there then. Type... Murder that. Don't have Bloodwine yet, so I do have to be a little cautious of how much I'm spending, but... Hey, more big armor. Yeah, you take that. Okay, yeah, see, buying the Tempers first was a good idea, because I didn't have to buy plate mail. Like, that's just a free $400 we just got there. Like, that's good shit. Game's being real generous, and I'm not complaining. I would like to deal with the slug first, because that is, in fact, more dangerous. didn't expect Doc to go first. What's your speed? 30, 30. Oh yeah, you're matching me. Fortunately, the cheapest magic is not very expensive to use. Alright, so... I think it's... yeah, over here. That. Okay. Balloon! We do not want to hit balloon with ranged attacks. If I recall, they explode. Which is bad and hurts everyone for a lot of damage. I forget if I can actually hit them with magic, though. I'm gonna find out the hard way. I'm sorry, Tama, you might explode. I'm gonna auto-panic. Ah, no, okay. Just got hit too hard with sword, and that made you explode, too. You know what, I might be able to just easy recover in an encounter. As long as I don't bump into one of these guys. Okay, Gonna make myself do things I regret. Auto panic. Oh, okay. I've never had a wind mage when this happens, so I didn't know you could just fucking hit them with the wind and then they don't anymore. Okay, cool. Cool. Thanks, Tama. Making this real easy. Just wind a fucker away. This is fine. Like they're balloons or something. Cool. Ah, Weird. A horned person. Oh, you look helpful. I've been tasked with finding out where someone's gone off to, and I have narrowed it down to this cave. Have you seen someone wearing a cape and a weird visor skulking around here? I think I have, in fact. That's a pain. I guess I'll have to keep looking myself. Alright, bye. Oh, it's a different one. It's not the same person. Similar. Oh, bonk. Blech. I wasn't expecting someone else to come out like that. Oh, sorry, let me introduce myself. I'm a Haven Maker, here to set up a record book for future adventurers who come through this cave. Unfortunately, I seem to have been a bit over my head now. You want to help me out for a minute? Sure. Great, follow me. Alright. Oh, let me explain what I need your help with. In order to properly set up one of these record books, a few things must be done. 1. Place the book on a pedestal. Easy enough. 2. I don't know why, but when first planted down, these pedestals become targets for local enemies. After a short while, the pedestals lose this annoying property, but until then, they need to be protected. Now, I'll heal you, then place this record book at which point, you'll likely be attacked. Are you ready? Let's go. Alright, good. Now, a powerful enemy will be attracted to this place at this point. Oh, and before I forget, if you fail here and choose to get hauled back to a save point, it'll be this one. So the only thing you really lose is your dignity. So before that, let's heal you up. Alright. Bonk. Oh, that was quick. Prepare yourself. A pile. Yeah, I'm gonna give you that. Here. Just to try and make that a bit quicker. It can only spawn so many. I'll try man. Yeah, there we go. They are, but I don't really need them for this. And I think we get a free heal after this is over anyway, so I don't mind giving them the old bonk. All done, all perfectly set up now. I'll stay here for a bit longer, so if you get beat up while downstairs, come back and I'll heal you. See? Yeah. Free heal. No point expending resources we don't need to expend. Alright, so... Wait, before I forget. This is convenient for later. We do have to come back here at some point. Like to eliminate the slug. That was a pretty beneficial, I know what words are. Level up. Tom actually has some HP now. Eventually we will start using repels when dungeons start getting slightly tedious. I've discovered it's pretty convenient in general. The game is definitely balanced around just using them occasionally, which I appreciate. Alright. Down here. Alright, so... Ooh, hey, there's somebody down there. Oh, hey. Somebody's already opened the box on us. Oh, fuck! It's the murder swan! I do want to get rid of the little guy first, though. Little guy is a problem. Alright, So this guy... Oh, another one. You're poorly. Has the war gone that poorly that you're now here? Ah, no matter. You look far too flimsy to be worth my time. Go away. I'll only entertain the notion of facing you once you are 8 times more resilient. Now leave. Well, anyway, that seems like that might be a clue or something. I'll come back here later. Ah, frog. So, if I remember correctly, seeing the dev blog on this, the reason that you won't encounter multiple frog effects in one encounter is because that if you use too many on-death effects activate at once, the game crashes. Actually, I'd just rather use a tonic, if I'm honest. It's kind of what they're here for. I know what's coming. Hell yeah, I love this theme so much, it's so good. It's so good. Anyway, it's the one-horned person that isn't purple. Alright, I am going to... You know, I'm gonna go with that. And then I'm going to have you charge. Have you charge. And... Just play it safe. I'm gonna save some turn time. I so rarely use those, you know, I should maybe think about using them every once in a while. Alright. Give me auto pound, that's fine. Change task. Alright. But hey, we got comms out of that, so I don't complain. Honk. The Rod of Clarity. So we can actually just equip the Rod of Clarity and walk around with it, but we still have to hand it over, so. Whoop. There we go. A free exit. But yeah, blue items show, any side quest items generally show up with this kind of like teal, cyan, bluish, greenish text. Stolen from Son, return it. We can also just equip it if we want. We could in fact give Tama a better stick, but, you know, won't let me, you know, meaningfully keep it that way. So anyway, we found all of the things we need in there, so head back. We found the mysterious weirdo that told us to come back later. Shrunk. And we found the magic stick. We also learned that balloons can be blown away, which is extremely nice. I'm not used to having wind in my active party, so it does mean I'm not gonna show off. I'm gonna be able to show off the fun thing later, now that I think about it. An upcoming boss has a fun gimmick. Has a fun mechanical quirk, but I won't be able to show that off as it stands. Alright. Armor. Yeah. Yeah, that was a pretty $300, not 400, my bad. Still. How much on a shield is anyway? Basically everyone but me has a shield. Alright, I'll buy myself a half shield. I am a generalist. Should have a generalized stat block, I suppose. I am going to have to remember to specifically, once we rank up, once we get the next job up, I'm going to have to remember to dial in Tama's stats a little bit. Because there's a really cool ability, specific, that Tama can get, but it requires that he has his stats dialed in to a very specific thing. So. Yeah, we are lacking in twin shots. Alright, so I can get a Basil and a Kedus and yeah, because I'm B rank with everything. I'll give myself a bonk stick. Alright. Alright, Tama gets better stick. Doc already had a better weapon. And you get a fancy new stick. A literal stick. Alright, so a stick, and a stick, and a bonk. Alright. I think I need to keep the stock in the woods, that's fine. I'll just keep those floating around flat, and point are fine. I don't need the covers. I don't need the armors, I just need the fun weapons, so... But we can pick those up before we hit a certain point in the story. Hey man, we got your stick. You're back. I feel you have the rod on you. Hand it over. Now the Rod of Clarity is back, it is back in more caring hands. I guess you're expecting a reward of some sort. First, I'll return the rod to where it should be, and I'll think of something suitable. Blah. Huh? The communication tower at High Sun has been destroyed. You know better than to neglect my title. Shut up. When did you learn of this? Just now. There's a plume of smoke rising from High Sun. Contact with Gatton was lost. Assuming the worst as usual. Well, it seems I have another task for you lot. Head off to High Sun and see if the worst has happened. You know what to do, just go. Fair enough. I despise thinking this, but our loss may end up with us being forced to help you. I'll prove my fears wrong. Let's do what he says, okay? Yeah, you seem exhausted, that's fair. Alright, let's go. How are we doing on... Statistically speaking, I could use a touch-up. Alright, let's go. Got a touch-up first. Did I ever equip my shield? Yes, I did. Oh right, I have comms. Defense, special defense, and speed. Slightly increases accuracy as well. You know, that's free special defense for you, so take it. Oh, wait, are you? You're from Epar, aren't you? Could you please not stay that long here? Oh, okay. I thought... You? Doesn't trust you to check up on the radio tower, so we're heading up there as well. You wanna come along? Sure. They saved me a slight walk northways. And here we are, alright. So... This feels awfully redundant. Why couldn't we just put down another jammer like we did west of here? Bliss, those only work with low power transmissions. This here would be way too much for them. Plus, remember that blowing things up, works before... sorry. I didn't hit the button, so I'm not sure why it's doubling on me on that one. Yes, but blowing it up seems excessive. We're going to attract attention if we keep doing things so visibly. Quiet down, you two. I think we have company. That's exactly why I said we shouldn't have waited around here for Manta to get back. Let's go. Ah. There's Moz? Oh. They didn't mean to deal with this group, huh? It's not like you lot have any real reason to fight me, huh? So, you actually can skip this boss fight if you say, yeah, we don't really have to fight. But it means you lose out on it being in your bestiary, so fuck you, Liz, we're getting in a fight. Wrong. You know, I've single-handedly felled parties like yours in the past. You still want to fight? Yeah. Fuck it, let's go. All your funeral. Yeah, sure. Spear idiot. I got this covered. Advance, and... bonk him. Buck Spear. Ooh, that's actually pretty good damage. Yeah, it should be okay. Dang. Try type. Dang. Doing some good numbers here. Speed 0 to out. Oof. Alright. Type. Dang. Auto pana. Ooh, did not like that. You, oh right, I can't even target them. I forgot that's a problem. Special. Spike up. Oh, assault's 100. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. I have some speed in me, so I'll go for that. There we go. Fortunately, has some salt on me. I've learned Tracker. Ah, Tama has finally learned Blood Tonic. And Alpana, which is extremely good. Would have been very helpful here. But hey, that's enough of that. It's been great fighting with you a lot, but I have my companions to find. I get the feeling our paths will cross again soon enough, but for now, I'll take my leave. I expect my companions to give you the chance to back out like I did, by the way. Yeah. I presume blood wine can only be blood tonic. So, drain own HP to recover party SP. Okay. It does not specify how much SP, so we'll see. It's probably proportional to the HP expended. Which is to say you don't have much HP to expend. A breaker. Ooh, and a pike. I will take pike. Yeah, you take pike, actually. Specifically. More attack, please. The stab man needs more stab power. 38. Actually, I kind of want it. Yeah. There we go. I will take having a breaker around. Alright. Yeah, sure. Actually, no, I do want to step outside real quick. Let's get into a fight. I want to see this, how much blood tonic pays. Alright, so... Costs 2 SP to use. And Alpana is AoE heal. $12 for 5, so it's about half. At least. For price paid. Okay. And considering I have a medic, that's basically free restore. That's not bad. Is that going to be terribly turn efficient? No, but it'll be nice during dungeons for free minor refills. Yeah, I won't throw my nose up to that. I know that there's the better version, gives you attack skill boosts as well. So it is AoE as well. Yeah, you're getting, well, yeah, I guess technically mathematically you're getting 40 for 12, so, or 20 for 12. So all that confirms it. Our hands have been forced, and so we must figure out a more secure way to connect to the rest of the world. It will benefit Sun, but as an act of generosity, we will let Mapor in on whatever we devise as well. It's some manner of compensation after all you've done for me. You deserve something. Even if that work was pointless. Now, so you're being as your usual obnoxious self as ever. Oh, hey, Mary. Just do whatever you came here for. I'm allowed to have an issue with you treating the members of my society as your personal assistants. They're mine to boss around, and you know that. Good. I'm glad we know who our boss is. Meet me downstairs, okay? I have one more thing I need to ask you in private. Alright. Leave, okay? I've had enough of you for today. I've only done good things for you, buddy. Just leave, okay? I've had enough. Okay, I'm glad Fee's letting you see the Rod of Clarity. Not many have that luxury, you know? Cool. It's the Rod of Clarity. Anyway, the Rod of Clarity no longer has any purpose for as much as it seems like it might. It doesn't have anything. The most relevant it has is related to I know what words are. Words. As how it's related to the mysterious blue thief. There we go. I know what words are. I haven't been streaming for 2 hours and already didn't get much sleep today. So the blood tonic base version doesn't give it, but I think the improved versions that you get on Level Up do. Thank you for indulging me with this. I was getting a bit worried that you had caught up in something. It appears my fears were well-founded. We'll need to try elsewhere to get a message out, and I have some potential suspects. I have a few friends up in Maul who would have some ideas, but the path to Maul is temperamental. Your best bet is to head to Gatton and find one of the explorer societies there. They're very well equipped, and I'd hazard that they're prepared for this sort of situation more than we are. Before you go, though, one question. Were the people involved with the radio tower's destruction horned? Yeah, I think so. So, there may be a connection to events in a Pargy. Anyway, don't worry about a Pargy, it'll come up later. Ignore my ruminations. Yeah, see? Don't worry about it later. Gatton should now be marked on your map. I wish you luck. Yeah, your best bet is to head to Gatton and find the Explorer Societies there. Very well equipped, and I'd hazard that they're better more. Okay, so some stuff. Okay. Ooh, hey. Cash prizes. Someone being nice to us. What's between you and me? I'm not clear on the Rod of Clarity's actual function. Yeah. Alright, it's built around defense, but turns out not very good at defending. You know Ether using skills, right? Do you know if there's a way to make them less impermanent? Not yet? I guess as much, but still, imagine how powerful a weapon imbued with Ether could be. Buddy? What's up with you? Sorry to bother you, but can you help us? There's a situation at the bridge to Gatton right now. You sure? Alright, I can get you to the scene right away. Are you ready to head there now? No, I can get there later. Fortunately, I doubt this is a problem that'll go away on its own. It's fine. I'll make it go away. I know the secret to making it go away. I just don't have the thing to do that on hand right now. Alright. Ah, this guy. Very important. Hey, you look like you're heading all over. Would you mind helping me out? Sure. Thank you. I'm part of a merchant group, and and us members have been wanting to put together a gift. Trouble is, even if these events going on weren't causing issues, we'd still be too occupied with work to travel. So that's where you come in. Take this box on your travels and try and find traveling merchants like myself. Alright. Present acquired. They should be working in every major city of the east and northwest, so just keep a lookout for them. Once the box is finished, take it to our office in Io. Our man there will be happy to receive this. Alright, cool. I hear there's a vault in Gatton that does a lot for its clients, perhaps too much. If some things I've heard are real. Alright, do you have the thing? Someone around here has it. You fought those swans and lived? Man, you're something. I didn't know that there was dialogue from him for having fought a swan before. We lost our last shipment of attack items, so you're out of luck for now if you're looking for any. Let's see, somewhere in here. I guess I'll just find it later. I thought I had access to the side quest already, but I guess not. Alright. You also lie to her for no reason, yeah, that's true. Yeah, this game has a lot of fluff text. It's fine. Usually no individual segment is all that long, so I don't really mind. It means I don't have to, like, talk endlessly. There's just a lot of things to talk about. So anyway, there's a reason that I avoided going up to the bridge immediately. The bridge is blocked off by something kind of big and nasty. Seems to be a lot of equipment meant for transport to Mapboard here. Ah, bullets. And a pistol. I have found a gun. And a bow. Anyway, that's all we needed to get here. I think this just wraps around to the cave. Yeah, it does. And then... Systems, world map. So there's a spot over here that there's a checkpoint right here that blocks off this area, so we can't get in there yet. When we do gain access to be able to go in there, the game tells us, oh hey, you can get murdered in there. And in fact, you can in fact get murdered in there. Alright, me, instead of the breaker, give me the gun. Also, do remember, in this game, there are bullets. Guns need bullets. Surprising, I know. Most of it, 90% of the time when you gain a bullet, it's not a bullet, it's a box of bullets. So B small, box medium, box large. You have to open the box of bullets first. Because they come in groups of 25, and I think you can only hold, like, you can only hold 99 of an item. Well, they come in boxes because you can only hold 99 items in a slot. But it's also kind of weird because, like, if you open a box, it opens all of the boxes in that stack. So you're still just gonna be stuck with, like, if you buy, like, 15 boxes of ammo, you're still gonna get, like... You're still gonna end up with, like, 5 stacks of bullets taking up inventory space. Not that that's even really a big deal, considering all the inventory space we have, but... Yeah, it's a weird bit of inventory upkeep that I don't entirely understand. Like, you can't open them individually, you have to just use all of them all at once. So... I don't really know what kind of inventory upkeep bullet boxes do for you, besides make it harder to interact with bullets. But we now have 25 bullets and a pistol. This will be relevant immediately. Anyway, hey, there's this big fancy robot here, called a blocker. Anyway, we're gonna try and punch the blocker. Yeah, the enemy ignores your attacks. Oh hey, gun. The robot hates gun. I hope you learned how guns work. Alright, I'm taking the gun off. I think I have to... Do I have to go back to Sun already? I don't remember. I, in fact, don't remember if that is the... No, I think it's up in Ganon. I think the thing I'm thinking of is in Ganon. Although it might be back to Sun, but I might have to complete the thing anyway. GR Poison. Poison spread. Yeah, so poison, it gets kinda dangerous, kinda fast. It's a wee bit mean. And by a wee bit, I mean a lot, in fact. Alpana. Actually, I can just use that out of combat. Yeah, I think this is a checkpoint. Right? Yeah, this is a checkpoint. I probably come with various pieces of equipment when out and traveling in the world. Weapons deal elemental damage or lower enemy stats, or armor that nullifies statuses and so on. Don't be put off by their statistical weakness. They can be extremely useful given the right opportunity. Alright, right, so here's some elemental whips. Whip of Fire Ethers. More or less not really anything to upgrade with, though. Whips will be relevant later, actually, though. But at the amount of damage that we're getting out of them right now, not very. Oh, hey, gear. I would, in fact, like 3 of these, please. Actually, you know what? Just give me a 4th. Let me get that out of there. Resist light and dark. I'm not too worried about that. Splits. Absorb needle. Alright. Yeah, I would like the attune. I think we get a free one later, but whatever. Fine. I don't mind the expense right now. There's barely any headgear in this game. Like, there's like 2 upgrades to comms, and then there's like a flavor. There's like 1 statistic flavor of comm for each one, and then there's a special headpiece that has a unique effect, and then there's like comms X and comms Z, and Z is like plus 40 in every stat, so you know. Yeah, I don't think the whip was giving skill, which is what you want. Oh, it is giving some skill. That's 12. 12 into 21. I can consider that. Having a fire damage on you, well, but I know what's around the corner if I recall. Ice Ether Wep might not be bad for you then. That is a consideration. Sure, why not? I don't think I've ever really given whips a serious effort. Alternatively... what do you have for... Gotta ask the important questions. You do have a C rank in gun. Just holding the gun makes you better at magic. That is how guns work. You don't have to shoot the gun. No, I'll give you the whip. That's fine. It's half as much skill, but I do think the extra element is probably worthwhile, so we'll give it a shot. Worst to worst, I give you the stick back. I haven't sold the stick. It hasn't gone anywhere. Look at the bow. Yeah, stick with the knife. The magic catalyst of I have a gun. Yeah, exactly. Look, that's how it works in Persona. The gun is real because I say it is. I told my backup to use Attack Wave, but a few turns later the effect was gone. Better to have her use it throughout the battle. Yeah, that's actually why I don't use backups. I don't like backup, because backup buffs are temporary, and all of the buffs in this game are just, like, generally fixed. They just kind of activate, and that's it. Which kind of makes backup kind of weird, but yeah. Also, I don't think its buffs are any better than, like, core buff magic, so, and I don't know how those interact with being buffed by regular buffs. So I've just never bothered with a backup, despite it being the thing that I would probably use. Each of the towns have a bounty system for clearing out monsters. I'm paid, yes, but it seems awfully barbaric. Oh, look, they're monsters. They're trying to murder us. Spiritual health, a self-help guide, oh no. Scientists have shown that there are certain places that have stronger flow of ether than others. Branmir, the Ku ruins, these loci are far away from most cities and towns. Merely going to these places will sharpen your spiritual propensity, so do your best to reach them. Not really. They're just the places where you get packs. There's ruins of a castle over on the other side of the mountains north of here. I've heard that a devil or two lives there now. That's just a rumor, though. Yeah, I assume it works for the better, but I've never tried it, so again. Look, it's the timed buff thing that is my big complaint with SMT5. So, and Persona 5. I'm gonna stick to my guns and say that timed buffs are bad. Not literally, I don't actually think they're that terrible, but again, I like more complicated fixed buffs that you have to actually work around. But the game also has to give you tools to handle that situation, which this game doesn't immediately do, so... eh. Been hearing news of toxic machines wandering around the farmlands east of here. If you have any antes on hand, okay? Yeah. Oh! Seen a familiar face over there for some reason. You know what's behind this gate? No. I don't either, huh? It must be important having a town built up on the one side of it and all. Can I get it in there? The Underworld. More recent examination of historical records call into question this monstrous explanation, though. Indeed, there have been stories of powerful beasts living in the deep caves in the worlds for centuries. While the agitation causes the wildlife, the agitation from teleportation causes wildlife is definitely a point of concern. It only plays a partial role in the dangerous nature of the wilds today. Other reasons must be explored. Alright, so we poked our nose just about everywhere. Here. Yeah, I guess we have to get through Gatten first, and then it'll give us the other things. Ah, spines! Like some kind of hedgehog or something. Alright. Sama, do your thing. Yeah. Alright, so it should theoretically be okay. Can have me try the earth. And it shouldn't do anything if... yeah, it kills. Okay. Special... blood tonic. Plant. Oh! Ooh. Plus 8. Yeah, okay, that goes up with health. Alright, cool. I will keep that in mind. Yeah, that scales up. Which does make Alpana a lot cheaper to cast. Alright. Gatten. You should try and pay attention to what sorts of enemies you're fighting using elemental skills. Flying enemies in particular aren't hurt by earth-based skills. Take big damage from air. Unlike, well, actually that's kind of mixed, depends on the game. I'm not a fan of the naming system those armors have now. What's so bad about plain steel armor nowadays? Let me out. You, hey buddy. Yeah, got someone like you with... No matter, here, take this. Keep good care of it. Alright, there we go. Here's some enterprising sort over in Apargi built some controllable balloon for their emperor. I'm not sure if you ask me. Not sure why if you ask me. Teleportation's faster and boats can already carry cargo around cheaply. You know about skill families? Yeah, roughly. Yep. Explorer societies, there's one west of here, but you'll be fooling yourself if they let you inside. I'm sorry, but the kitchen's currently closed. Come back later. Why are there any people hanging out here then? Yeah, whatever. Weapons? Why would you expect to be able to buy them right in the middle of Gatton? If you're really looking for some weapons, you gotta get into the western part of town. Got permission? No. Don't come in. Alright. Translock building is currently closed to visitors. Come back another day. Alright. I have evidence right here that the activities of Translock are causing current animalistic unrest. It is the cursed teleportation devices must cease to operate, lest the ecosystem of Gatton's wilds collapse. A single usage of the Translock's teleporter could power a home for a week. Cease their operation. Well, unfortunately for them, I'm going to be using the teleporter a lot. Where did my children learn that awful song of theirs? Metal bug, crush it, fry it, pierce it, beat it up. Alright. Well, we know what to do with a metal bug, huh? So, you're from Mapboard Explorers Society. And you're asking if we have a line of communications to Ace. So, as to tell them about your submission. Well, I'm afraid not. And even if we did, it's in poor form to leave things quite this close. We can't help you, no shoo. Yeah, okay. Anyway, this guy will be relevant later at some point. Maybe if I bother with the effort to get involved with that. I'm overseas on business at one moment, and I'd be done and gone by now, but the boats aren't going anywhere. Nobody's telling me why, though. The seas look fine enough to me, so weather isn't an issue. I assure you do not want to be on a boat. We're Gatton's Explorers Forum. Most of our members are currently in the field, so it's a bit empty. Alright. Etheric Quarterly. Person who persistently writes about the theory of how treasures appear, please stop. Book talk Catalog of the Explorer Society. The Royal Ionic Society. Their endless discoveries make the Royal Museum of Io a treasure trove. The Old Building Society. The oldest explorers group in the West, self-described as stuffy. Mapboard Exploration Society. Relatively new, has yet to find anything big but holds great promise. The Beast Spotters Club. This reclusive society seeks out not ruins, but rare and powerful beasts. Sorry if this seems abrupt, but have you ever fallen in battle? Not yet. You haven't. I'm not judging you for that, but it's something to keep in mind. Nobody with experience has a spotless track record, and failure has its way of opening doors you wouldn't expect. Anyway, keep that in mind for later. Failure or not, life without risk, won't be fruitful. Get out there and challenge yourself. Debuffs are an insidious thing. Taking further damage or drastically reducing your own can hurt hard. You know? Yeah, I know how buffs work. Buffs good. Alright, there's a book titled Caverns of the World, Volume 1. There's Brandmere, remarkable in several ways, and none of the least is the many heated pools of water. Its thoroughly cracked walls and heated nature seem related to this, but further research is necessary. Visitors. If you want to know if we have a way to contacting people overseas, sorry, we're at a loss ourselves. I can't remember what Gatton relies on for overseas communication, but whatever it is, it's down. Okay, sure. I'm sorry for being unable to provide any assistance at this time. Ah, visitors. Okay. Wait, actually, I have a request for you. We sent a team of explorers to the ruins to the east of here, and they've been away for a concerning amount of time. I've marked on my map where, I've marked where they are on the map. Could you go find them? Do I forget if I need to talk to you again. Team to the east. Okay. It's probably just gonna let me through now that I've talked to this person. Alright, so yeah, there's the ruins, the Devil's Castle we need to visit, but that'll be out in a minute. Alright. So hey, some weapon upgrades. The red is 50. 50. There's not really any statistical difference between a spear and a sword. I think spear, like, has slightly higher action priority. I don't remember. Pointy stick. Basil, pine, caddis, knife. Let's see. I already have a teak. Kinda want a composite though. That would be handy for me. But also... Oh, I just bought Tom on Whip. Even though that's a pretty big skill bonus. I don't need that. Keep the caddis around. I don't need that. Oh, wait, actually, I think I do need the teak. That's fine. I'll buy it later when I have money to spare. Actually, wait, what do you got? This is the gunnery counter. If you're looking for something truly powerful, you're out of luck here. Actually, these things are still powerful. Pistol, pistol, shotgun. The 18XNMM uses medium bullets. Medium bullets are 20 for 250. And regular small bullets are 100 for 25. Ultra bullets are like 50,000 for one. They're like 10,000 to one, I think. Ultra bullets are ridiculous. Yeah, they go small, medium, large, and then ultra. Yeah, it's a shotgun. It's not the shotgun, but it's a shotgun. It is skill-based, though, and I'm not particular. I actually know, because pretty evenly spaced on my stats. But yeah, that's... I can't really afford the medium bullets, to be honest. I can afford the shotgun, but not really the bullet. I'll keep on that. Could get the V40 though. That could do some numbers for you. Resident gun haver. But no, I think I'm gonna go for the... I think I'm gonna get myself the composite bow because I have better for that anyway. What a gun, but didn't need bullet. I will take that. That also gives me a different damage type from everyone else. Alright, actually, point. Breaker's 37, but it gives you a speed bonus. Well, for now. Not really expecting to get much out of this. This is the SRDG offices. They're not much, but come in. Alright. Although it's certainly rare that an adventurer comes to us rather than the opposite. Alright. There's actually like a straight up shotgun weapon. And it is a gun, but fun fact, it's a special kind of gun. The shotgun qualifies as a scythe, so anyone can use the shotgun. So yeah, shotgun is pretty magical. It's a steep price, but whatever, I'll pay it to keep everybody up for the moment. Been a minute since we've been refreshed. Alright. People demand shotguns, yeah. The worker's weapon. Okay, I have a bow, so it actually doesn't really matter, I think. Type. Okay, I'm gonna go for attack on that one. No point in having you punch. But... Yep, okay, the bow is not getting me countered. Yep. Okay, I'm going in the right direction. Okay. Eastways. Not sure that element damage is worth the lack of having worse magic damage output, I'll be honest. I'll hold on to it for now. 21. Firmly sealed. Hold on, can someone open the gate? I forget who opens the gate. Oh, I might have to use the console myself, maybe? I talked to the map board lady, right? Or the society lady. Here's the thing. Okay, I'm gonna shoot that and type that, and then Doc, you do a fang and you do a heal. I do not want to put up with the poison thing. The poison thing is, in fact, a problem. Okay. Who has the key for the thing I'm looking for? I have to go back and talk to you again. Yeah, Devil's Castle. Oh no, right, I'm being dumb. I don't need to go past the checkpoint. Because the checkpoint just hides the... Okay, right, that's the translock thingy. I'm being dumb. I just stream-brained pretty hard there. Alright, this is fine. Okay, is there any armor I can buy? Plate 16, Temperance Union. Okay. I don't really have much to sell as it stands. Alright. I don't need a flat. No, it's fine. It should be okay without the armors. Yeah, forced to worse, I can run back. Yeah, I forgot about the cave. Alright. Oh, that's a problem. Immediate problems. Oh, even the hedgehogs get poisoned. Cool machine. Free antes, though. Alright. Is this the cave? I think this is the cave. No, it's the next one. Okay. Out Naga, Hard Crown, and Armored Beast. I'm gonna shoot you. And I'm gonna zoop you. Stab you. Yeah. You get poison, and you get poison, and you get poison. Have you considered poison? Down, I gotta get the loot over here. Alright. Ah, I see. $101. Jeez. Alright. Luck. And T-cart. Yeah, you might want luck. Said to bring unluckiness to foes. I don't remember. Do? I don't remember what luck does. Yeah, I discovered in my second playthrough something interesting about claws, but it only applies to a very specific thing. There is a class later in the game that I believe normally you guys just kind of want to bulldoze these guys if you can. See if I have the damage to do it. Ah, you're only moderately spicy here. There we go. Hey, there it is, Pike, baby. It came in a little earlier than I thought. Cool. But basically there's a class that gives you the ability. I think it is. So I played around it with all things S rank, so it was kind of fucky. But so the only thing that the champion class can use is claws, and it also converts all weapons to a fixed value based on your strength, and it basically doubles your strength with the weapon equip. So you get some crazy bonkers numbers with the champion class, and that goes to literally any weapon they equipped. It just automatically boosts up, but they only benefit from using claws normally. So okay, I'm going to gonna go for that, and then... So yeah, the claws, because they don't have any kind of effect, because the claws just auto-scale to the attack stat of champion, you can just use any of them on champion for whatever desired effect you want. So basically, almost all of the claws are worth keeping for that specific reason. It's kind of wild. Close to another level up. Spray, I'll take that. Okay, so Devil's Castle is over here. I thought it was down there for some reason. Alright. Times any save. Alright, so the Devil's Castle. Need a key. A spray. Like that. Anything over here? Not really. Okay. Ah! Oh shit! Royal Guard and Royal Guard. Okay. Pike. Type. Mutant Vamp. Heal. Ah! Not much I can do about that. You must have been sent in to rescue us, right? The rescue party is getting captured as well, it just feels wrong, right? But enough of that. Seems that these ruins have some inhabitants. Whatever their plans for us, I doubt it'll be a good idea to stick around for any longer than necessary. Thankfully, we found a way out. See that rock? Just push it, and you'll be out of the jail cells. Unfortunately, there's a host of monsters down here that we can't overcome. We're all exhausted from our escape attempts, and so we're relying on you now. Luck out there. Okay, you gotta move. Thanks, bud. Alright. Most likely you get dragged back here if you get downed. Alright, so no particular negatives, we get bonked. Permice and Sharrock. Let's see. Hells, Salt. Tonics. A good pile of tea carts, actually. So, free healing, like that. That's a Haven Maker. Buddy, please, move, thank you. So Lance is interesting because its Lance skills are boosted speed. Alright, burn them, crush them, smack them with the magics. Alright, walk and... Alright. Some level ups going. Alright, man. Fossil, you say? Total up. I think I can still destroy your ass. Yeah, there we go. Ah, tonics. Alright, I'll take those. Here. Man. I wonder how blood tonic calculates. H shell, I'll take that. Secret walls. Mose, can I ask you something? What? Do you know what exactly we're doing here? Please don't get philosophical with me, Ferris. No, not that way. What good does it do to go and antagonize another part of the world when we're already overburdened? Please don't get philosophical with me, Ferris. You've seen what Garm is like, right? It's a self-induced wasteland outside the city, right to the horizon. And if you were stuck there for years on end, you'd also move heaven and earth just to be able to live somewhere else. Or live elsewhere. I'd rather you didn't repeatedly reference that awful proposal you heard one time. But I suppose you're right. Let's just get going. Down here for so long unnerves me. Anyway, I think we've, I feel like we've seen the other person there before. Ooh, an air knife. Yeah, that's one way. Alright, glad I stopped and went the other direction. Alright, and a map. And it. Alright, what's doing this thing? Here. Yeah, sword. Okay. Right, here, let me check this real quick. Drain your own HP to recover party SP. Alright, so it's 0.5 attack damage to self. Wait, Blood Tonic also does a boost? Okay, so 0.5 damage, attack damage to self. SP recovery, 0.4 times damage taken. Also raises the party's skill by 20%. Okay, so Blood Tonic does also do boost. Interesting. And then Blood Wine ups it from 0.6. Same amount of recovery, just increases the amount of self-damage. Okay. So Blood Wine just makes you hurt yourself more for theoretically more gain. Okay. So you need attack to make Blood Wine better. Okay, interesting. I was wondering why it was like suddenly kind of decent and then all of a sudden went back to being kind of eh. Okay. Oh, I have to... Yep. Or theoretically less defense, yeah, this is true. But also your defense stat is not great either. I could take the shield off, but again... Yeah, I don't really have anything that boosts attack and skill equally much. Oh, you know what? I do have something that boosts attack and skill equally. Hey, take the air knife. Conveniently, that might be good for you. Just as I was pontificating about needing a thing that boosts attack and skill. Found you a knife. Okay. Like, yeah, let's try blood tonic here just to see where that gets us. And heal that up. $22. Yep. Okay. Alright. Let us commence with the mortar. Yeah, okay, so that moved us up to 8 instead of 5, which is actually a pretty big deal for our recovery right now. Oh, advance just didn't activate because I already had an attack buff. Okay, noted. Yeah, let me just do a basic heal. But good to know that, Sorcerer more wants knife than stick. They appear to be robotic. Alright. Oh, wait, actually, can I... No. Does not move this way. Alright, man, and then... Alright. Forget where that takes me. I think that's a bit of a backtrack here. Gun. Yep. Smack. You did a curl up, and I don't like whatever that's gonna be. Alright. That was probably defense to attack or something. Hey, item. Spray. Good. I'll take sprays. Mage Devil? Ah, well, no more. Here we are. There we go. Shortcut. Alright, well, all the prison doors are open. Orb Walker. I think the mobile comms are more concerning. I know later legs are very dangerous. The leg machine, yeah, that right there, leg pierce. Leg pierce is mean. Ah, okay, so that's where that goes. That just wraps around right to here. So leg pierce, I believe, does a certain degree of defense pierce. Which, yeah, not great for us. My defense is already squishy. I do not need to be squisher. Also, this is gonna be very kind of funny. I'm gonna be playing with 2 characters that do self-harm. It's gonna be interesting. 2 characters incentivized to stab themselves aggressively. One more than the other. Hello. I have no great desire to fight you. Please go away. Because, yeah, Doc, I asked Doc what he wanted for his tier 2. I gave him the choice between... I actually didn't specify, I just told him the big gimmick for each. It was like, hey, do you want to punch things and get swole, or do you want to punch things so hard your arms break? And he was like, yeah, I want to punch things until my arm breaks. I was like, yeah, alright. The equation has been resolved. Yeah, I'm just gonna stab devils first. They're a little more important. So, yeah. And I can assure you, light infantry, very fun. There is some good shenanigans that you can do with light infantry. So, I'm looking forward to that. The thing to know about light infantry in specific, and I'm definitely going to be mentioning it when it comes up, but the thing to remember about light infantry in specific is that they operate on Gen 1 Pokemon rules. So, you don't take the extra... So, like, light infantry basically takes, like, an activation cost of health to use their abilities, and then they pay a penalty on top of, based on damage. So, i.e., like, takedown for Pokemon, but it also costs you health to activate. But because we're operating on Gen 1 Pokemon rules, if you kill, if you end the fight with that attack, you don't take the extra damage. You can only break your arms so hard if you kill everyone first. So yeah, Quad Slash, extra good, very spiced. I screwed up. Yeah, I screwed up. Return to puzzle. Alright, up. Yep. I can puzzle. I haven't been at this for like 3 hours. I know what puzzling is. When I originally did this, I did this perfectly, and I don't remember. Up. And over that way. I did it wrong again, didn't I? I can solve basic puzzles. At some point in my life, I have in fact done this. I forgot that they had Wide Shot. They have a very powerful move, and they can do no damage with it. Not that I'm particularly mad at the fact that they can't really hurt me with it, but... Blood tonic. That's a big ol' 11 right there. I like that. That's a number I want to see. Okay, over here. I need to get so that I get to the top. Down. Up. There we go. Slowly increases recovery. You take this. Your extra 10 health isn't that big a deal. I would rather you have recovery. You know what? I'll take the pile for now. You are so far doing the biggest punches, but I don't have a weapon for you to keep up with it yet. I'm getting there. We're approaching the job too. Probably next stream we'll have you in light infantry. We're getting there. Yeah, see, I have a better weapon only because I made the expenses for it right now. Yeah, my attack is only higher because I have a weapon that gives me 60 points of damage. And even then, I'm barely doing more damage. So, if that's a good meter stick for how you're doing as fighter, I am only stronger because I have a weapon that's twice as strong as you. Fighter does not fuck around. Although Tama has beaten you to the injure yourself category. Tama has the power of blood tonic. Which, speaking of which, blood tonic. Stab. Just AoE heal. Honestly, that blood tonic is going to save us some headaches in the future. I usually do end up just relying on carts, so it's not particularly big deal. But because one downside is that Doc has basically no SP. He's going to run out of juice really quickly because all of the fun abilities still cost SP to use. Not just you don't have to. It doesn't also just cost you breaking your arms twice. To use your abilities, but you also have to have an SP activation cost. And having Tama around here to cast Bloodwine, or you're probably not going to get to the level to get Bloodwine, but Blood Tonic. Yeah, Tama can just feed you his blood to give you more SP. And then you'll never run out of juice. Because we have a dedicated healer. Who also benefits from the juicing. So, yeah, no, we have a good feedback loop here going. We're gonna lose that feedback loop in the future, but for now, we're gonna coast it while we can. Alright, we're doing... just scuffed. Tama is, as ever, getting punched a lot, but it's fine. There we go. I see you've made it out. So you've defeated our companion in battle. Unfortunately for you, I've been told to keep you from escaping this place. And if that requires grinding you down repeatedly, so be it. Hey, Faraz. Alright, time to fight Faraz. Alright, let's make Doc stronger than me. Actually, no, because his personal buff is actually better than mine. You go for that. Special charge, because nobody else needs the focus. And you advance. And... let's touch up on that one. Yeah, Blood Tonic buffs everyone, but nobody benefits from skill right now except for me, and I'm not planning on using that, so... alright. I piked myself, unfair you, and then... Did I attack with you, or did I boost? I'm gonna boost, just to be safe. I'm brain mush. Brain mush bad video game. Alright, there we go. Auto convert. E-cutter. Skill boost. Alright. I'm gonna give you your defense back. Alright, go for it. So Catechus is actually pretty nasty. Catechus is a thing that Tech will have. Catechus in particular does has a chance to cause stun. So yeah, it's pretty mean. There we go. Ooh, for Union. I'll take that. You're a lot stronger than you look. I, Ferris of Shaun, concede. Get going before I change my mind. Please just get going. Alright. Bill, T-cart, I don't know, key yet. I'm going around. Alright, there's no goodies over this way. Alright. I know it's rich coming from someone you just fought, but hide back here for a minute. How miserable. Our efforts clearly haven't come to fruition as easily as planned. Liz, I hear your group managed to destroy the communications tower to the south of here. But then fought and lost against a small group of explorers who had come across your team's actions? Yes, and... I expect those under me to better know than to stick around at the scene of a crime. Thanks. I know you're busy harassing Liz for actually doing his job, but we have some guests. I see. Well, it appears the primary reason I'm here has been found. I have to go. Hold on. You just leaving us here? Yes, and? I expect you to be capable of throwing a wrench into the land's proverbial gears. If that's too much to ask, then perhaps you deserve to be left in this decaying castle for the next few weeks. Manta's already heading to the tunnels to the far west of here, and Mose is not far behind. Don't disappoint us. You know, I could've let you wander in there and get incinerated by my boss, but that'd be playing too low for me. Much better for my comrades to beat you up themselves, thus giving them the much-needed morale boost, right? Well... yeah, Ferris is good times. Hey, the Deva key. Alright, cool. Thing we needed. Alright, Alright, so that opens that up. Does this go to the same place? Yes. Okay. I don't think the key opens up anything else down there for us, so... Alright, that just lets us go back and forth from various places. Does the robot have anything to say? No. Okay. The robot does not wish to fight. We will not fight at the robot. Yeah, okay, so they're heading to mall. Okay, so I do really need to get this in on stream. I think it's very important. I do want to fight one of the robots. I think it's just a leg walker. No, a rust walker. I am going to unfair, and then man, and then dock, stab. Do big stab, actually, and smack. There we go. 90, not bad. Rust slash. Ooh. Yeah, that's a mean counter. Yeah. Okay. You get healed. You, that, you, that's fine. That is fortunately not an indiscriminate attack. Those are kind of mean. I don't remember them being as mean as they are. Gonna do a big old dumb, but it's fine. What if I cut Doc's defense in half? Okay, nope, that's fine. Did not matter. Rust walker destroyed. Alright, cool. Suddenly they show up here. Just blast. I am fine with just blasting here. So, the thing, some of the reasons that, like, core stat, like, HP and MP or management is really important is because you can't recover it really. There's no easy way to recover it in the middle of combat. Weren't expecting someone here, were you? Oh, hey, Moz. Yeah, I need to destroy platonic holds. Alright. Start with... I'm gonna worry about debuffing you in a minute. Pike on myself. Mance. Buffs. Go for the buff first. Pike. Need blood tonic, actually. Advance. And... yeah, you can see why I need to get rid of those. Alright. Ah, okay, they didn't survive very long. You can get a pretty decent hammer here if you have access to steel, which I don't. Just give me auto pana. Just bonk. Okay, cool. There we go. Alright, I have White Fang, type. Hey, Doc also has White Fang. Nice. And Panac. Explorers, I see. Most explorers I read about kept to ruins or caves, not active bases. You're incredibly foolish, you realize. On pain of death, do not cross the army of Garm again. I don't take well to those who gloat over their victories and leave. I just kicked your ass, yeah. Oh well. Bye, Moze. Alright, we need to go back to Gatton. Forget. Something's going on at Mall. Oh, the side quests open up once I get the next thing complete, right? If I recall. Yeah. I am suddenly remembering things. Alright. They're healed up. Put it over here. And I want to get through the tunnel. If there's nothing else I get done on stream tonight, I want to get through the tunnel. It'll be for very obvious reasons for anyone who knows me at this point. I think it's a fair statement. Alright, so let's get Doc a serious weapon. Steel, red. Yeah, I'm gonna get you a spear for now. That'll do. I think spear also is what, light infantry wants. Alright. So I'll get you a spear. Monkey wants a pine. Tama wants the knife. Although, actually no, because that's actually kinda just as good as the air knife, honestly. 37, you were getting, what, 38? Which means you're kinda getting a relatively good tie-out on that. I mean, all things considered. Yeah, so I'm still gonna have a better weapon, but Doc's still just gonna immediately start out, competing me. My answer hardly new, Alright, Alright. You get your answer. Yeah, was it 38, 38? Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, you get your fine pick. I have composite bow. Yeah, attack 112. Yeah, suddenly when I get Doc a new weapon, he's at 150, and I am at 122. Yeah, again, fighter doesn't fuck around. And I can keep you juiced, which is extremely important, I think. That skill cost increase for White Fang is not going to be bothering you much. Alright. So yeah, that went from 0.75 to 1.5. Which, yeah, should be big. The gun is tempting. The gun is good. I'm gonna buy armor. What was Union? Union is the mid lane armor, right? Yeah. Which means I probably don't actually want anyone using it. Alright, let's go buy bigger pants for everyone while I'm at it. Let's see. Plate 16, yes, I like that. And I would like 2 justice. I'm using a union, so that's probably fine. Okay. Half and a split. This is trip tech, so it's probably not worth bothering. Yep, that's... So generally magic can be a little tricky about that. The cost goes up. It's to reduce skill totals, which is fine. Oh yeah, I forgot that's why Tama's wind magic is also gonna be doing better than Mant for now. Your wind is doing double the damage. Or more than double the cost. As is White Fang. Alright. So, armor. Sama, you take your justice. Doc, you put on your plate mail 16. And tech, you get your justice. There you go. Alright, that's pretty solid for everyone. Alright. Time to go do the thing. I have the cash to spare. I'm gonna probably regret this later, but... Yes, I want a real gun. I've mastered the art of extrude gun. Alright, thank you for getting us out of this. Take that. Hey, Edge. Oh wait, is that better than the stick? Do I just regret spending the stick? It was edge. Yes! That is immediately better than the stick! Ah, okay. Whatever, I have a spear for later. It might actually be beneficial when it runs around. Alright. Whatever, you got a really cool sword now. Talking about status effects again. Alright. Find your way to mall, you want class upgrades. Yeah, we had this talk already. Fog will shut down almost all of your skills. Only those affected with the summon effect thing will not be affected. So yeah, there's special skills that won't be affected by fog. Fog is very good. Visitors. I did a job for you and you have nothing else to say. Alright. The guy in the lobby had more to say. Alright. Anyway, Doc is now the master of movies. Alright. Do you know the secret side area to the mall tunnel? No. It's a secret. But in the past, the tunnel to mall has passed through a few caverns. It's sealed up well and good now, but someone with enough desire to get through can probably do it. Alright. But did not mean to say there. I'll amend that later. It's fine. Alright. Right. So it probably isn't going to give us the thing until we get the mall and obelisk. Alright, so we want to interact with obelisks. If we find any obelisks, we'll interact with them. They are, in fact, useful. I think we need a side quest to do the thing up here, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah. Oh, I know what's up there. Okay. Yeah, we need to go up there later. So we do not, in fact, have the quest to get there yet. But yeah, I want to get through this tunnel. So you might notice the shutter's down, so we can't get through now normally. We're gonna have to find our way around in here. Karak. Oh, is that just an edge? Or... Yeah, secret. A Talon. Ooh. What is that? What does Talon do? 30. That's might be kind of good on you. 37. Now we're the. Claws are worth having because they're claws. Myconids. Skip turn. Actually, no, because I have a bow. Fuck you. Doc explode them with sword. Good. Oh, okay. Bow is still sufficient for getting poisoned. Noted. Doc still murders the mushrooms too hard, so it's good. Blech. Ha! I knew that coming back and waiting for someone to follow me was a good idea. I don't seem hurt at all, as long as it pushes it back. Blech. So anyway, if you're wondering what that smug prick is that I use for my Discord icon, yeah, it's this guy. Type. I'm just gonna blast and see what happens. Tonic. Alright. Okay. Oh, okay, so that's just their turn. That's not like a hard counter. I just slap them. Let's go. That one just kind of came out of me. Yeah, this exact thing is what I use for my my avatar on Discord. It's such a perfect frame, is it? Only a fool would have a single line of defense. Prepare yourself. Like, it's just such the perfect, like, smug prick character bust, isn't it? It's so good. It's fucking gun goblin. So good. Three. Alright, fair. So, Manta here has a fun quirk, and I'm not going to be able to make use of it. But Manta likes to counterattack spells and ranged attacks, because it turns out that thing on the side of his sprite is a big fucking gun. So yeah, he likes to use it. Turns out, there's a fun AI quirk where if you have a spell that activates multiple attacks at the same time, he doesn't know what to do and shoots himself with the gun instead on the second on any following attacks, which is very funny. Escape. Yeah, okay. See, this is what the big melee classes feel, you know? You get Doc to walk up and just slap them for 235 damage and immediately evicts himself from the combat. Oh, a free red. Okay. Oh, hey, Haven Maker. Yeah, sure. Great, I'll hit you up. Alright, let's go. Mini boss. Oh, that's just a lot of mushroom. Mushroom? Mushroom. Alright. I think I can just slap them. I am poison. Oh no, that's a lot of poison. Alright. We're getting there. You're there. Well, that's that. I'll be here to heal you if, until things calm down. I'll take the healing then. Alright, whatever's going on with them, well, that's healed up here. Alright. Wham. Okay. Hey, bud. Only a fool would have but 2 lines of defense. Prepare yourself. Alright, bud. Sure. .309, baby! Only a fool has but 3 lines of defense. I see I overestimated my preparations. But that's irrelevant. I'll be the 4th line of defense. On your guard! Alright. Defense down. Blood tonic. Advance. Alpanic. Or Alpana. There it is. There's the counter bullet. Yeah, that's the funny mechanic if you can get him double attacked. I wonder if there's an item that does double attack. I don't think so. Charox, but I don't have other thing. I think I sold it to make quick cash to buy an item earlier. No, I'm not spending a brain here. Something about a preamble. I expected more. Yeah, new tactics. Changing things up. Never mind. It's fine. Oh, that's more than enough. Sorry to break it to you, but I've already done my job. The facility beyond this tunnel is done for. Maybe I'm a fool for telling you this. Maybe not. Maybe I didn't need to set up these defenses in the first place. That's irrelevant now. I don't care what your organization's deal is, but keep clear of us going forward. Alright, bye man. Alright, I should in fact do a big heal. I only have Pana. Probably gonna hold off until I get Panac on myself, because having a second-hand healer. Twin units suck because they also do leg pierce. They, in fact, do not like to skip leg day, and I do not appreciate that about them. You can just stab. Twin shot. Yeah, they also do twin shot. This is a really nasty one that we have to fight for a side quest later. I am not looking forward to that fight. Alright. One last fight before we even get out the door. Alright, sure, bud. You know what? Sure. I'll give you the slap that you desire. Give me the blood, and... smack. Sword throw's an interesting enemy mechanic. Not terribly practical for them, but yeah, so it does big damage on return, but yeah. Panic actually does a full heal now, though. These guys can just get punched. As soon as I get Jorb up, I should be able to start stealing things as well. So, props. Alright. I am looking forward to that light infantry unlock, though. I'm very excited to see what I can do to get the big numbers on. Alright, so... oh! Maul gel. Alright. Orange Fang. Haifu. We're pretty close to a town, so I'm just gonna blitz at this. Yeah, Crush is interesting because it's a unique element. It's its own damage type compared to like Sword. Alright. Level up for everybody else. Hey, town guy. Alright. Box on, let me mess with that. Alright, good enough for me. Hey, we can buy all these now. Alright, cool. We sell attack items, that's just it for the town. Pricey, but hey, I'll pay for a heal at this point. Point of the job is a Pitol. Claymont Tor is unfortunately turned out his sword. Not sure I'm comfortable going into some monster-infested hills. To be well equipped at least. Alright, you... stuck here for a while. Lies in a world well north of Io. Recent developments may bring us answers. Several groups of mountaineers are looking around, and the frozen peaks of Cave Am. Yeah, so Frozen Caves of Am we'll be seeing at some point. Alright. We're gonna wrap up here for the night. Alright, so yeah, we got to level 11, which is pretty good. Alright, so that's our start for Fall Skies. I hope you guys enjoyed Fall Skies so far. I am very happy to be back at this game. I have been putting off a third playthrough of this game for a while now. Because I didn't want to burn myself out before streaming it, and I beat it the first time and was like, I have to stream this, but also I can't wait to play it another time, so yeah, that kind of goes how I feel about this. So yeah, I'm very excited to get to more of this. I'm curious to see where Blood Tonic gets me. I'm very excited to see what I can get done with Bach now that I have a better build in mind. For big Damag man. And yeah. Looking forward to that. Next time that will be on the 6th. So in May. But otherwise, for now, yeah. Gonna return to title. So yeah, light infantry crimes soon, yeah. So yeah, I'll see you guys for more Grandia 2 on Sunday, or Friday and Sunday, and more of this next bi-weekly Monday. So, hope you're excited, because I definitely am. So, good night, and catch you guys later. Hope you had some fun with it. Because, yeah, this game has been this is my favorite game from last year, and I'm very excited to show it off proper. So, alright, good night. I'm gonna stop wording and gushing and